want to say a few things to put the importance of agriculture in perspective. Sometimes we forget this, even in our rural communities sometimes. But agriculture is the backbone of Nebraska's economy. It is the #1 part of our industry. And then particularly you think about all of the associated parts. It's one of the key reasons, as I mentioned earlier, Senator Harms mentioned this, that Nebraska is in much better shape than the rest of America. It's been agriculture, it's been transportation, it's been renewable energy, biotechnology, all of these associated industries that have been very, very critical to what we do. But so is everybody in this room, and Nebraskans all across this state, because I share with our citizens all the time. We believe in a very fundamental financial principle. This is a foreign concept to the federal government, but we understand it very well in Nebraska. We don't spend money we don't have. Think about that. We don't do it with our family budgets, so we don't have problems like many other states have with foreclosure rates on homes. Our people didn't take out a home mortgage they couldn't afford to pay off. Look at our farmers and ranchers and all our small business owners. They didn't take on operating debt they can't afford to pay off. And in state government and local governments, we balance our budgets. All of those things have contributed to the fact that Nebraska is in much stronger shape. And at the very beginning of that, the backbone of all of that is what's occurring in agriculture. Agriculture is strong and profitable. Our farmers and ranchers are very, very smart. Many of them are paying down debt. Their financial position is stronger today than it was, for example, in the 1980s when we had a lot of challenges. And that's a tribute to the leadership that we have in farm and ranching community all across the state. I'm very, very pleased we have so many young people here today. You're our future. One of these days, in addition to farming and ranching, one of you can be the governor. We have a lot of fun every single day. And so I want us to remember how critical this is. We did an economic study this past summer, the Battelle study, that demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt the importance of agriculture. And then again, all the associated industries. And when you think about what's occurring in Nebraska, we're home to several companies that are on the forefront of crop and livestock genetics, animal vaccine and pharmaceutical production, DNA analysis, irrigation monitoring, and implement manufacturing. We are focusing on the opportunities we have here in Nebraska relative to research, talent, and innovation. And that's one of the reasons Senator Harms, Senator Carlson, all of us are working with the University of Nebraska in so many different ways. One of the ways that I've promoted this year is to make a bold, one-time $25 million investment in Innovation Campus at the University of Nebraska. And this is critical for our future because this is about education and jobs. And what is Innovation Campus all about? And what is its theme? Food, fuel, and water. It is about the very essence of agriculture. So this is far more than some people say it's only about Lincoln. No, it isn't. It's about Scottsbluff. It's about Alliance. It's about Sidney. It's about Holdridge, about McCook, Kearney, Grand Island, Lincoln, and Omaha. That's our future. How do we continue to expand? As you heard Senator Carlson talk about, virtually with the same amount of land, over the next 30 to 40 years, we've got to produce double the amount of food production. And we're going to be able to do that because of the innovation and the creativity and the entrepreneurship of agriculture. I don't think there is an industry that is more efficient and more productive than what occurs every single year with agriculture. Now, we've got our challenges. Certainly, Senator Carlson mentioned the challenges relative to water. Bob knows a lot about this. He sends me emails and letters all the time, just in case I get off track. Yeah, so I saw him wink at that. This is a challenge. But you know what? I'm proud of our farmers and ranchers. They're leading the way. We're trying to find ways to consume less water, still produce the products we need to produce, and make sure we're still available, that we have an appropriate amount of water for economic development. I I believe we can get this done. Now, I will tell you, I have learned more about water in the last 6 years I've been governor than any other subject matter. And I used to laugh when I heard this, but now I know it is true. Whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting. That's how important this issue is. It is the issue of the decade, and it's critical to our state's economy, particularly when you think about agriculture. Now, I also want to praise our farmers and ranchers for what they do relative to the conservation of our land. They understand its value. They take care of our land. They take care of our animals. They do a very, very good job of that. And that's why the final issue I want to talk about a little bit today, Senator Carlson, he was pretty polite about this. I'm going to be a little stronger. The Humane Society of the United States. You need to understand this organization, okay? They are anti-agriculture, and they are out to destroy the #1 industry in this state. They're an outside group. They're trying to come in from Washington, D.C. and tell us how to run our farms and ranches in this state. And I'll just share with you one story, and many of you can share others. I remember 7 or 8 weeks ago, it was minus 30, minus 40 wind chill in this state. Who was out taking care of our animals? Our farmers and ranchers. I couldn't find the Humane Society of the United States anywhere. They don't care about our animals. They don't care about our state. They just care about their political agenda. And I've made it abundantly clear to Mr. Pacelli, or whatever his name is, that's the head of their organization, if you come to Nebraska, we're going to fight you, and we're going to win. And then I'm going to go all over America, and I'm going to tell them how we did it, so that every other state can do it. And you've got to lead the way. You've got to be willing to stand up and make a difference on this one. This is about the future of our economy, the future of Nebraska. And they want to destroy agriculture, and I'm not going to let them do it. And particularly for the young people, we were having a conversation the other day, because you're smarter at this than we are, okay? Facebook, Twitter, all the rest, YouTube, we can use that in a very effective way, and we're counting on you to do that. And you've got to work with the more experienced leadership in our agricultural organizations to get the word out. We also learned when we were at our governor's ag conference, we can't even take for granted in rural Nebraska sometimes, even in our small communities, that people who maybe work in the city don't fully appreciate all the time what occurs in agriculture. Certainly Senator Harms has it exactly right. When agriculture does well, Main Street, Nebraska does well. But this is a fight we cannot take for granted. If they want to come here, well, we're ready to go. Now, I also want to share with you, I don't trust them. And we have good reason not to trust them and to be skeptical. Mr. Pacelli came here to Nebraska and said they're not interested in doing a ballot initiative. That's what he said, reported in the media. Then just a week or so ago, they went out and they were doing a survey, asking questions about doing a ballot initiative. Now, why would you be asking questions on a survey about a ballot initiative unless you're thinking about doing one? So, like I say, we need to challenge them at every opportunity. This is too important. And again, I'll put any of our farmers and ranchers up against him in terms of what we do for the welfare of our animals in this state. So, put all those things together. We're out here today because we want to thank our farmers and ranchers for what you do. You make a huge difference in the lives of not only Nebraskans, but the entire world with the products that you produce. And you should be very, very proud of that. And we want to maintain our leadership role. I mean, we're 38th state in terms of population. We have the 4th largest ag economy in the United States of America. That's how critical Nebraska agriculture is to our state and to the United States of America. So again, we're just proud to be out here with you to say thank you for all you do. Tell these young people we need your leadership, and we need it now relative to some of these issues. Thank all of our friends who've been in agriculture a long period of time. You've led the way. You're part of the most important industry in the state. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Senator Arms, Senator Carlson, Director Eyeball, for your fine words today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating agriculture, this Ag Week, the importance of agriculture. Thank the hand that grew this food that we can enjoy this morning, the hand that prepared it. Agriculture is so much more than actual production. It's so much more, and there's so many opportunities today. And we just celebrate everyone that's involved in the process of getting food to our tables, being able to get food to the foreign countries. Even today, as we talk, we're talking about how can we get food into Japan. People that have lost so much. How can we get American food, Nebraska food into them? So it's important that we recognize the producers, the farmers and ranchers that raise the food in this Ag Week. Thank you for all being here. Enjoy a good meal tonight. Thank you.